Hey guys, John here. So while editing this video, I realized I never really gave an intro, but this whole video is about putting some modifications onto the Ram before we take it here to Baja. So I hope you all enjoy. We got the hood up on the RHO because we got performance mods. We also have some interior mods to install, like these ones from ScreenProtech, and a dashboard mount right here by ADD. And since I'm going back to Arizona as well, I gotta load up my toolbox right here into the bed of the truck, because I got a new one for my house here in Florida, along with a couple other things that I need to take both to Mexico and to Arizona. So we're gonna have a couple more things too that we're gonna do in Arizona to the RHO in preparation for Baja as well. So I'll have links to just all these products. They're companies that I work with all the time. They're absolutely amazing. Down in the description if you guys wanna install this stuff on your RHO or any other Toyota products as well. Most likely these companies, they have stuff for those other vehicles too. So the first mod we're gonna install is the dash mount by ADD. Now they are a US-based company. They make their stuff here in the USA as well, which is absolutely awesome. And the reason I'm putting this on the vehicle, one, I was able to mount my Quadlock wireless charger onto this to hold my phone up while we're off-roading and keep it nice and secure and charged. The other reason too is I may be getting a radio system in this truck for while we're down in Baja from Westcott Design. So this may be somewhere as well that I can mount it. So we're gonna go ahead and install this real quick. ADD has super simple instructions on their site. So we just remove this first, and then we're going to take out the two OEM screws holding in the plastic. Now all these are is just a 7mm. They look like actual screws like you would use with a screwdriver, but I mean a 7mm will get those out very easily. And then we take our bracket right here, go ahead and set it right on in. And the cool thing about this bracket is you can see right here on this left-hand side, there's a nice big hole still cut out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this little Anchor 12-volt thing in there. That's gonna be plenty powerful to get my phone charged up and whatever other things we plug on into this little mount up here. There we go, we got it all installed. And honestly, this makes my screen even more solid, because before my screen, it kind of like moved around a little bit and made noise, but this made it super solid. So we still have it plugged in right there to the 12-volt. And then if I power the truck on real fast, and then now just take my phone, go ahead, boom, put it on the case, it's charging right there. So that is super cool to have. And not only that, but like I said, it does have some extra threads right here too. So we can go ahead and put everything that we want in. It just contours this like perfectly. And it's freaking solid, man. So of course we're gonna have many fill-ups like this with our road trip with the Ram from Florida to Arizona and down into Mexico. And thankfully our sponsor Upside is here to support us on our journey. Guys, I use this app all the time and you should too. I have earned thus far $117. That's basically a free tank of gas, and all I have to do is just cash out this real cash into my either account, or you can also select one of the various gift cards that Upside supports on their app. Now 117 bucks, again, a nice free tank of gas, but Upside has given back their users over $1 billion so far, which is absolutely crazy. To figure out how much you can earn, you can go ahead, download the free Upside app. I will have a link in my description or also the pinned comment. Use my promo code TRDJOHN to earn an extra 25 cents off on your first fill up. Again, that is promo code TRDJOHN to earn an additional 25 cents off on your first tank of gas when you guys download the Upside app. Upside, thank you so much for supporting the freaking channel. That's absolutely incredible. Let's get this Ram ready so we can get down to Mexico, baby. So the next thing we're gonna install is the ScreenProtect screen protector onto our screen right here. And you may be thinking, John, you're going to Baja, the truck is gonna off-road. Why the heck do you care about protecting your screen? Well, a couple reasons. The first one is because it's gonna be sandy and dirty out there. I'm gonna be touching the screen a lot using the Onyx app and stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm not scratching this screen. In addition to that, Mexico is nice, beautiful, and sunny. So this one should be from ScreenProtect. They're anti-glare material. So that one's really cool because you could see the screen just right here in my garage, just how shiny it is with reflection and stuff. So this from ScreenProtect, it will allow it to not be as reflective. They also sent out a gauge cluster cover as well to keep my gauge cluster scratch free, because this truck did come with scratches on it right away. So this is the before, and here is the after. Now, super simple install. I personally use a lot of the solution which ScreenProtect provides, along with a squeegee and a nice towel too to pick up all the lint and the water that you have. Now over here on this passenger screen, if you're an RHO owner or a upper level Ram owner, you'll know how shiny this screen is. So I just put the matte film right here, and you can just see how this shines right here versus the screen now, which you can actually see. There is a little bit of light coming in, but it's not reflecting as much as this. Now on their paper here for that, you could see that ScreenProtech does provide these kind of side panels as well, and the middle ones. So, but I think though that this looks good. If I go ahead and turn this screen off, I think it actually looks good without putting the matte reflective right here on both of these sides, because then it kind of matches right here on the dash where this is shiny. So if I just go ahead, shut the truck off, you could see now that anti-glare on this screen, how it's not really reflective. So that's going to help out, along with my pesky little fingerprints on it as well, not building up and caking up. But I think I'm just going to honestly leave just the screen right here with this matte anti-glare film that they have, because I kind of like the shininess right here. If these were actual screens, yeah, I would put the solution on it or the ScreenProtech on it, but I kind of like this little gloss accent that I have going on. And now you can really tell, like, hey, there's a screen right there. And I try to get out as much water as possible. There may be like 1 or 2 little bubbles still, but that will dry up over time, especially out in Arizona, because it's like 80 beautiful degrees out there right now. All right, the next mod comes to the back. I got this from Yodaverse, and it's by Teton Workshop right here. So it's a nice billet aluminum recovery point. And you may be thinking, well, John, you have an RHO, not a Tundra. You actually have recovery points. I do. So I'm just going to be putting this on just for a nice kind of center link one right there in the center. And man, this is actually pretty freaking stout, dude. I don't plan on getting stuck, but if I do, it's just another nice point of recovery. Now, in addition to bringing my toolbox to Arizona, I got it. Whoa, shit. Got quite a few other things to bring on the trip as well. Now, the Paragon bed cover, it's going to be staying on while I drive out to Arizona, but there was a thing in the chat that said, a reminder to everyone to remove your tonneau covers before Baja. And then they said, yes, because tonneau covers do not survive. So as stout as this freaking Paragon bed cover is, I will be leaving it in my garage just because with all the jumping and whoops and everything that we're going to do, I don't want it to just like break the mounts and stuff. I trust it, but when I saw that in the chat, I was like, maybe I'll remove it. And my Wolfbox jump starter, just in case, because these Rams, they have issues sometimes starting with their batteries and stuff. Got a little first aid kit as well. And then I picked up this from Boxo. So every time that we go on road trips, I kind of like scrounge stuff together to get all these tools just in case like something breaks while we're road tripping or I have to change the tires. But Boxo actually has this like whole off-road kit thing. So hopefully we'll work with Boxo in the future and I can get you guys a code. But I did pay for this myself. But this thing is pretty freaking rad, dude. It comes with all the off-road stuff I need. All my tools are right in here. And then I have tire patch stuff as well for it. There's gloves, there's hammers, there's all this stuff in it. So I told my wife, I was like, hey, this bag is just gonna stay the bag. We are not gonna take tools out of this thing at all. So this is like our road trip bag and off-road bag. So I'll definitely be bringing this with me. All right, so we got the interior mods done. I still have quite a few things to pack and also some stuff once we get to Arizona to still install on the RHO. But the big thing, the AFE Track Series intake. As you can see, the RHO already comes with a pretty freaking fatty intake. The air comes straight in through the hood. You could see it right here, actually goes down into the intake. Yes, a functional air scoop on a vehicle. Take freaking notes, Toyota. But why the heck would I install this? Well, 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons. 43% airflow increase per AFE from their dyno. Also with that, 19 horsepower gained and a whopping 31 pound-feet of torque. So I can't wait to install this, and I really do hope that I hear a little bit more turbo noise, because all I hear right now is the exhaust that I put on this truck from AWE, which sounds very, very good, but you don't hear any turbo noise. So hopefully with installing this, we will hear some of the turbo noise, and my butt dyno will be happy too with that increased torque and horsepower. Because this trip down to Baja, it is a Raptor run, like the Raptor Palooza from Coyote Off-Road Adventures, but anyone is welcome. And if I'm gonna be doing some high-speed desert racing against some Ford Raptors, This RHO better win. Especially if I'm the oddball out with a Ram RHO with a bunch of Raptors, I wanna show them what's up. So getting as much horsepower out of this truck as possible will be good, and also better airflow too. This thing is definitely more than just like a 10 or a 12 millimeter like the Toyota is. There's 8s, 10s, 12s, 13s, all over the place. All right, got the Track Series intake box all ready. Go ahead and try to slide it on all the OEM mounts. Here's the new air filter, and you could see a lot bigger than the OEM one for sure. I love the attention to detail that companies use. So AFE provided with this microfiber because this is some carbon fibre, baby, and they don't want it to scratch up this little bracket right here. That's just, so little things like that, man, that I absolutely love that companies do. All right, it's all on. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little tight, man. From where this box is for AFE into that turbo inlet, they make it nice and snug for sure. And then of course, not wanting to ruin the carbon fiber is definitely another task as well. But we're gonna go ahead, get this engine cover back on. Toyota engine covers, they just pop on. This Ram actually has like a nice little bolt in the back too that just secures it down. I don't know, there's some things I like about Toyotas, there's some things I like about Ram, that's for sure, but this was definitely a little task, but nothing too bad. And there it is, all nice and installed. Look at that red carbon fiber. I didn't know if I wanted to go with red or black. AFE has both. The black may have looked good because you have kind of this simulated carbon fiber already on the plastic, but this is real carbon fibre, baby. And I don't know, it just stands out a little bit more. All right, intake's installed. Let's go ahead, start up the Ram. I can't get over that exhaust, man. No check engine lights, which is good. We do, though, have to fill up the tires because it's been cold here in Florida. And I love that that looks like a Ram RHO. That's just so, that's so cool. So unfortunately, the sun is setting on us a little bit here, but got all the mods installed, man. As you guys know, this intake I was waiting on to install for a while because of the whole intake issues that I had with the Ram RHO, but we'll give it a little throttle. Ooh, I think I heard it a little bit. Oh, we hear it, baby. So I've ran AFE in the past on my Tundras, and I do a lot of stuff now with 6-element as well, but I still like to keep these partnerships with all companies. And the cool thing is AFE also has an intake for the 6th Gen 4Runner, which I'm gonna compare to the 6-element, because some people may not like a lot of turbo noise. Other people want to hear turbo noise. Me, if I'm getting rid of a V6 in a 4Runner or the Tacoma or the V8 in the Tundra, and they're giving us turbos, or like this Ram RHO, it is not the TRX, so I don't hear the loud supercharger, I don't hear that loud exhaust of the V8. So since there's dual Garrett turbos on this, I want to hear the turbos, right? And you just didn't get that out of the normal system that was in the Ram before. So not only are we gonna get a little bit better throttle response with this, we're also gonna get that 19 horsepower, and I think about 36, if I'm not mistaken, pound-feet of torque, and I'm just in normal drive mode right now, but I can already feel the throttle response is a little bit more peppy. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it some gas. I can hear it now. I can hear it. I can hear it for sure. I'm gonna put the microphone right here, just kind of up there where the intake is. Oh, yes. So it's not as loud as when I put AFE's system into the Tundra. The Tundra you could really hear, and the 6-element ones you can really hear in the 6th Gen 4Runner and the 4th Gen Tacoma. This Ram, it doesn't really have like a kind of blow off to it sound, or like when the wastegate's like just a little bit, but I can hear the turbo and I am happy. All right, now we're gonna do a little wide open throttle. So you heard the turbo kind of like come up, and I was modulating the throttle just a little bit because we don't have crazy high roads here. But it's definitely way more pronounced than what it was before. And again, I can feel decent throttle response just in normal drive mode, and now I'm just gonna give it a little bit of gas. Yeah, I hope that comes through, guys, on the microphone and everything for you all. Also, just cruising around in this neighborhood. I'm going to our Airbnb right now to help my wife out with a couple things. I noticed there's a little bit more kind of throttle induction, like a little bit more just induction noise that you would get kind of like on an NA engine when you install a intake, but like I hear a little bit more of it just going, and then the turbo kind of spools in. So got everything I wanted to installed on the Ram, guys. Can't wait to go down to Mexico and really just off-road this thing. But I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, see you later.